Hey. Hey, I'm back for another video and I'm here with my sister.
No.
In this video we're going to be reading scary stories. So I hope we might be able to find something that's really scary. It's going to be fun. So the first story we're going to read is Black Magic. Well, that's it. I'll just choose it. Alright, let's get started. So, Mad Henry was a hermit who lived alone in a desperate mansion at the edge of town. Rumors were rife about the wild-eyed man. Some folks said that he was a magician who called upon the powers of darkness to wreak havoc upon his neighbors. Others called him a mad doctor who could restore life to foul corpses from the local cemetery. No respectable citizen in town had anything to do with Mad Henry. Then, yeah.
Oh. Then one year, a new family moved to a town with a lovely daughter, Rachel, who caught Mad Henry's eye. He showered the maiden with gifts: goblets of pure gold, necklaces of pearl, a pot of daisy that never dropped a single petal. Despite the gifts, Rachel fell in love with another, Jeffrey, a handsome young man just home from university. A week after meeting, they eloped, leaving behind a stunned Mad Henry.
When Rachel and Jeffrey, returned from the elopement, they threw a big ball and invited everyone in town. While Rachel was waltzing with her father, she heard a clap of thunder. Lightning flashed again and again. Suddenly the double doors blew open and the breeze whirled in, bringing with the smell of the dead, decaying things. Mad Henry loomed in the doorway. The pupils gleamed red with anger as he followed the grotesque figures of the dead. I don't know that word. Who came marching two by two in the room. Their eye sockets glowed with blue fire as they surrounded the room.
Two of the Do I go?
Yeah.
Okay. Where am I? Oh. Two of the corpses captured Jeffrey and threw him down at the feet of the Lord. Red eyes gleaming, Mad Henry drew a silver-bladed knife and casually cut the bridegroom's throat from ear to ear. Rachel screamed and ran forward, pushing through the foul, stinking corpse of the dead, and flung herself upon her dying husband.
"Kill us both," she cried desperately. Oh, come on. I don't know what I did.
Go up.
Okay, do you read that? Oh, no, I'll just read it. But Mad Henry plucked the lass out of the pool of blood surrounding her dead husband and carried her out into the thundering night. Behind him, the army of dead turned from the grisly scene and followed their master. The sounds of thunder and lightning faded away as the alchemist and his dead companions disappeared into the dark night.
Jeffrey's father and Rachel's father gathered a small mob of and followed the evil hermit, intent upon saving Rachel. When they searched Mad Henry's house, they found it completely empty, save for a light, which shone from a series of mysterious globes that bobbled near the ceiling from each room. Mad Henry had vanished.
Search parties sourced the countryside for days, but turned up nothing. Jeffrey was buried in the local cemetery, and the dance hall was torn down. No one in town spoke of what had happened, and no one dared imagine what had come of poor Rachel.
A year to the day after the ball, a timid knock sounded upon the door of Rachel's parents' home. When her father opened it, he saw a gaunt gray figure on the stoop. Her eyes were dull with exhaustion and pain. It was Rachel. Her tongue had been cut out so she couldn't speak, but she produced a knife from her tattered garments. The knife with a silver blade that had just last seen in the hands of Matt Henry. The gleam of satisfaction in Rachel's eyes told them that the streaks of blood that coated the knife were those of Matt Henry. That night, Rachel died in her sleep with a peaceful smile upon her
Ravaged, I think.
ravaged face.
So what do you think about the story?
Basically, the story was about how this guy, Jeffrey, lived in this house, and he got a new neighbor, Rachel, and like he basically had a crush on her, and then he fell in love with her, so he bought her a bunch of gifts. But what's her name? Rachel fell in love with no. Let me restart. The guy that lived in the house that fell in love with Rachel was the Matt Henry guy. Rachel didn't end up liking Matt Henry. She fell in love with this other guy named Jeffrey.
Dang it, Jeffrey.
So then, Jeffrey and Rachel, I think they went to go get married. I don't know. But Matt Henry was mad because he was in love with Rachel, so he killed Jeffrey. And then he tortured Rachel for not marrying him, or going out with him or whatever, or marrying Jeffrey. And then after she was like with him forever, after he tortured her, I guess somehow, some way, she finally got him back, and she killed him. And that's why at the end it says that she had the blood that was last seen in the hands of Matt Henry. The gleam of satisfaction in Rachel's eyes told them that the streaks of blood that coated on the knife were those of Matt Henry. So there was blood on the knife that was Matt Henry. So basically she killed them, and then she ended up dying. But she had a peaceful smile upon her face because he wasn't alive anymore, I guess.
But I don't get the fact, like, how the story's called Black Magic. Well, I kind of get it because, like, that one part where, like, the Lord, like, comes in, like, with the flash of lightning.
Yeah,
and,
I think that's,
I think that's the Black Magic
but,
part.
like, I think they say black because, like, he's people, you know? Not trying to be mean or anything. Oh, like,
racist.
Not like that, but you know how, like,
Why does Jeffrey have to ruin everything? No wonder everyone hates him.
Oh, yes. Obviously, Rachel did.
So there you guys have it. That was us reading scary stories. And comment down if you want us to do another one. Isn't that right? Okay, I guess she's saying yes.
I just said bye.
Oh. Well, bye everyone. Hope to see you tomorrow.